I knew that when I decided to go on a quest to try the world's weirdest guitar strings, I had to throw the DR neon strings in that list because these strings are weird. Anytime they would pop up when I'd search for new strings to try, I'd always look at them weird and think that is really, really gimmicky. But I get curious enough to look at videos and photos of people playing these strings. And people do play these strings professionally. And I have never seen a guitar in person with these strings on it. And thus, I've never played a guitar with these strings. So I'm curious, and what better time to try them than in this series? So let's get right into it. Good morning, good afternoon, or good night, depending on when you're watching this. How's it going, guys? First off, hope you're having a good day today. Hope your day's going well and hope it continues to go well. Here is trying out the DR neon coated strings. If this is your first episode, we have previously tried out the Optima Brian May strings, which are 24 karat gold plated. We've tried out nylon strings. What's so weird about that? We put them on an electric guitar with a Floyd Rose. In last episode, we have tried the lightest gauge strings you can go, which are 7s. And the full playlist will be on the channel as well as in the description box below. And also in the description box will be a link to the DR neon strings if you do want to check them out for yourself. And that will be an Amazon affiliate link. So if you do choose to purchase these strings, I'll get a small little kickback from that, which will go into purchasing more weird guitar strings. The guitar getting these strings, just like every other video, is my Chapman Guitars ML1 Norseman. So without further ado, let's go ahead and throw it on the bench and begin restringing. All right, let's go ahead and open up the pack itself. And okay, we got 3 packs, 2 strings are in a set. It looks like an O on the back of each pack. Advertises shirts, straps, and guitar picks, I believe. And oh, that is extremely weird to look at. That's odd. That is odd. We're gonna start at the lower end of our strings first. So we need, actually this is just gonna be weird because they're all in packs of 3 and 6, 5 and 2, and 1 and 4. So we'll go about as we go, and this is so weird. How's the feeling of it? It feels like a normal guitar string. However, just the look of that red is tripping me up, and it wants to stab me in the eye. So here we go. One string change later because the GoPro decided, you know what, I'm just not going to save the rest of the restring process. But it went off without a hitch, no problems were had. I will tell you about the dumb thing I did though. I accidentally put the E string where the B string is and didn't notice that till the E was completely strung up on the B. So I had to backtrack my work a bit. But other than that, no issues whatsoever. A little bit of notes besides the fact that these look super weird as to be expected. I should have maybe gone with the all red string pack, but I figure since we're just trying it, we should just go all out. But the feeling of these strings, they do definitely feel weird. Now that I have more than one string on, you can definitely feel the coating on the strings, which I think is to be expected. I typically don't play coated strings. It has a different feeling than the gold plated Optima strings, but I don't know if I like the feeling of this one quite yet. And on the high 3 strings, your E, B, and G, you definitely feel that coating more. And I don't know if I like it quite yet, but you definitely do feel that coating on the higher 3 strings more so than the bottom 3 strings, where you can still feel it. And surprisingly, I didn't have to set up the Floyd. I don't think I have to, even though this had 7s on it. I used this little bottle opener as my little block so that way the Floyd won't recess into the body, and to my surprise, it just came out like a glove. So the Floyd is floating, so I think we're good. So the only thing left to do is to tune it up. Nope, never mind. I have to readjust the Floyd because, yeah, no, we are sticking out too much. I thought it was too good to be true, so let me do that real quick.
For Edge and Seth, then get into it with Cody actually saving Rollins from...
And there we go, the guitar is all tuned up and everything at the headstock is locked. I'm gonna let this guitar sit for a day or two before we actually plug it in, mainly due to time that I have outside of here, but also I want to give these strings enough time to settle into the guitar, stretch them out a bit more and tune up as needed, so that way we minimize tuning issues before we plug it in. However, I have been playing these strings, of course, when I was tuning it and before I set up this shot, and I do have some initial thoughts about these. They feel weird. The strings do feel weird. As we said before, just rubbing your hand up and down the fretboard, you can definitely feel the coating on the strings. The bottom three strings feel the most like a normal set of guitar strings. Like, you can notice something is on there, but it's not enough to throw you off guard. The top three strings, you do feel a lot of excess coating on there. Enough so to where you're like, what's the gunk on here? And especially on the B string, where I notice the feeling of that the most. But once you actually just sit down and just start playing the guitar itself, that feeling definitely does go away, and you don't notice it as much, which is definitely nice that goes away. It's also, side note, very nice to play nines on this guitar again rather than sevens. Such a nice feeling. As far as how this guitar sounds acoustically, I quite like the way it sounds not plugged in. It sounds quite nice to my ear. And from playing it from the little bit I have, I definitely noticed you're going to see a lot of wear down where you pick, because I haven't been doing a lot of playing. However, just looking at the E and the B string, a lot of that coating is coming off. And here's a little zoom in picture of that. Like, that's fun. That is fun. Has me an idea for a test we'll do when we actually plug it in. Well, with that being said, I'll see you when it is time to plug it in. So, see you in like a day or two, but for you it'll be in a second. And here we are. It's been a couple of days. The guitar is all in tune, and now it's time to hear how it sounds. Everything is being recorded into Logic Pro X using the Corey Wong archetype from Neural DSP on the Clean as a Whistle preset, so there's no delay, no reverb. We're just hearing how this guitar sounds all clean. So without further ado, here we are. So they sound pretty decent. They sound pretty... They don't sound bad at all. They actually sound pretty good. I mean, if people do use them professionally, again, people do, then they have to sound good. And definitely, I hear why people can gravitate towards these. Yeah, they do sound... Yeah, they sound pretty good. Yeah, not too bad at all. Yeah, they actually sound pretty decent. I'm actually well surprised. I didn't think they were going to sound well just because the coding on the strings, I don't know, it just kind of puts me off. I mean, of course, it's really goofy. That's why we're doing these weird strings. But dumbly, I think they sound pretty good. Let's go ahead and throw some distortion on this. Yeah, no, these strings, they feel great. Like, I was very hesitant about how they were going to feel, especially doing all that solo type stuff and with the bends, because of all the coding as we've talked about. Just, you can really feel you can still feel the Axis coding on there, but you just forget about that when you play, which is definitely nice. And bends on here, they feel great. They feel excellent, and it's nice bending normally again rather than doing insane bends with sevens from the last time. But still, yeah, no, these strings, they sound great. Like, genuinely, I am impressed by these strings. They do sound really well. If anything, and this just could be my own ear, the bottom three strings do sound a bit duller compared to these top three. Then again, let me go back into humbucking mode on this guitar. Something about the bottomy sounds a bit dull, and it could be just my action, could be that it actually is a bit duller than the rest of the strings. I don't know, but genuinely impressed by these strings. They feel great, they sound great. Like, even though I think the bottom three strings sound a bit dull, it's not enough for me to say don't play these strings. I, in fact, definitely go try these strings out if you really want to, because they do feel and play great. everything I'm playing on here sounds great. Whether that be that careening, whether it be chugging. Whether that be just running through scales, arching the picking. Whether that be through bending. When you bend in tune. Whether that be through my attempt of sweeping, which is the cheat method. Feels great, whether that be through tapping. Feels great also. Everything I feel on here plays great. And weirdly, I thought the coding was going to be a hindrance, but it is not whatsoever. I kind of hate the fact that these actually play really well. Like, man, it is crazy. Like, so good. Even like doing like slides feel excellent. Everything on here feels great. What about you, Mr. Whammy Bar? I have not tested this with a Floyd Rose yet, so there's a reason why I put this on this guitar. So let's get to some dive bombing, shall we? These strings actually hold up really, really well, and it's insane that now they feel great. Let's bend backwards, shall we? Fail. A little elephant in here. Now they feel good. They feel good. They hold up with the whammy bar. Are they still in tune? Kinda, sorta. Yeah, they feel great. They feel great. They hold up. They stay in tune. Yeah, no, I am so impressed by these. But part of the appeal of these is the fact that, you know, they're neon. So if you play them underneath a blacklight, they are going to glow up. Well, I don't exactly own a blacklight. I do own a blacklight flashlight, so let's turn these lights off. As you can see, you can't. So let me go ahead and turn this blacklight on and look at how the strings pop. You can definitely see those bright colors. I will say, looking at it in person, I don't know how well it's coming across in the GoPro, but the red and yellow string come off more as an orange and green rather than being red and yellow, and the purple and blue don't really stand out as much in there. And the fun thing is that you see all that green that's just off of the string all over the guitar itself, even a little bit over here. Yeah, that's what's gonna happen. I'm going to have to super deep clean this guitar after I take these strings off. But yeah, they definitely do look really, really cool. And a little bit higher so you can see up the fretboard as well as the headstock. Yeah, these strings are cool. These strings are cool. Like I said, the red and yellow look more orange and green. The blue really isn't popping. The purple, kinda, sorta, but they're definitely cool strings. And I definitely understand why people do choose to get an all yellow, all green, all red set of these strings. So they do sell them in just packs of one color as well. But they are super, super cool looking. And yes, even the box works underneath a Blacklight. Of course, the coating on these strings aren't going to stay on forever. It's going to come off over time due to a number of factors. It'll come off on your fretboard side due to your fretting hands, how much you sweat, how much dirt is on your fingers. Down by your pickups where you pick, obviously it's going to come down to how hard you pick and how much you pick down here, which will be often. This will wear down a lot faster than your fretboard. And throughout recording this demo, as well as the couple of days of playing and tuning it back up, there is nothing on the B string in this line right here. There is a little bit underneath the string, but nothing on the sides and nothing up top. This is a strip of just bare string, no coating on whatsoever. On the high E string there, it also has a lot of the coating coming off of it, but there's still coating on it. So the B string is our weak link here. As far as your G, D, A, and E string, everything on there is fine. The coating is not coming off just quite yet, except for that one spot on the low E string on the 11th fret where there's just that one little tiny strip of no coating. But regardless, it is going to come off over time, but that is just a condition with these strings. I went into this review with the lowest of expectations, but I'm coming out on the other side absolutely loving these strings. Will I get these strings again? 100%. However, I do feel like I need the right guitar for it, because while it looks good on here, while it would probably look fine on the other guitars, aesthetically, I think it would look better if it was on a neon colored guitar, like a neon yellow guitar having all neon yellow strings, or the neon green guitar, like the BC Rich Slime guitars they've made a while ago. Putting the green strings on there would look good. Or if it was just an all black guitar with red around the edges, like Jackson does with one of their Rhodes Vs. But definitely, if I had one of those, definitely getting these strings again, throwing them on there. Like Rob Scallon has one of those that he does that with, or two now, but absolutely love these strings. Highly, highly recommend to check them out. And if you do want to check them out, once again, there will be a link to it in the description box below. It'll take you to Amazon. That will be an Amazon affiliate link. So if you do choose to purchase these strings, I get a small little kickback, which that will go into buying more weird guitar strings. And if you know of any weird guitar strings you want me to try, definitely let me know down in the description and the comment section below, because I want to try all the weird guitar strings in the world. That being said, don't know what we'll be putting on here next. Maybe flat wounds. While more normalized, flat wounds on a Floyd Rose has a weird appeal to me, and I just kind of want to try it. But anyway, guys, I'll see you all next time, and I'm going to play these strings for the next month and see how well they hold up and see if any more gunk come off. But anyway, guys, I'll see you all later. Goodbye, and good night. More importantly, have a good day, and I'll see you later.